Well, it looks like Germany's at it again. It's so typical. You might have heard that Germany has over 1 million Syrian refugees, plus others. And it's been a political and social headache for many, many years. Recently, though, Chancellor Merz sat down with Syria's new leader, al-Shara. You may have heard of him, the former enemy of the West, the terrorist, who the globalists all suddenly declared civilized. And they stood in front of the cameras and announced that 80% of Syrians in Germany are going to return home within 3 years. Huge headline. Problem solved. Merz looked like he actually cared about Germany for once again. And in return, Germany said, hey, here's 200 million euros to Syria for reconstruction as part of the deal. The press conference concluded, the headlines go out everywhere, and Germans, well, they're excited for the positive change. Then al-Shara flies to London to a policy forum at the Chatham House. And if you don't know, the Chatham House is basically the mothership to the Council on Foreign Relations, which is a total globalist organization. And someone in the audience asked him directly, hey, did you promise that 80% of Syrians would return back to Syria? He said no, without hesitation. He called the figure exaggerated, says it doesn't reflect his position, and that any serious return of refugees depends on massive Western investment. Crazy. So now Merz says al-Shara gave him the 80% number. Al-Shara says he never said that. And the German government does what the German government does and won't confirm anything. The 200 million euros is already committed. 1 million Syrians are still in Germany. The money is gone. And two leaders are standing in front of microphones, pointing at each other like two children who just got into an argument trying to find out who to blame. And then the Syrian government puts out word that the Syrians living in Germany are actually considered a strategic asset. They said that publicly, an asset. I think you know what that means, right? And then the Syrian organization inside Germany made clear they have absolutely no intention of leaving Germany. Just so we get this straight. Are you ready? Germany paid 200 million euros, right? Got a press conference, and the people that they were supposedly sending home just told everybody, hey, we're not going anywhere. Now look, I want to be fair about all this, of course. Maybe this was miscommunication, or maybe it was something got lost in translation. Who knows? Maybe. But here's my problem with that. We've seen this before, this pattern, and I'm starting to think it's not accidental. Because at some point, miscommunication stops being an accident and starts being a method. And the reason it keeps working, the reason they keep doing what they're doing, is because by the time anyone figures it out what actually happened, the next headline is already running. No one's slowing it down. No one's walking it back and saying, wait a second. Let's look at this again. That's what I'm trying to do all this time with these videos, because international political moves are rarely standalones. We're seeing versions of the same pattern play out all across the world and in the U.S. And honestly, that's what every single one of us really should start doing. In our own communities, in our own towns, slowing it down, right? Reading past the headline, asking who's benefiting from this, asking where the money went. Because the people making these decisions, they're counting on us not doing that. And we cannot and will not give them that. Check us out at jointab.us. We'd love to have you.